And hi, and welcome to Show of Hands Hangout number 20. Uh, I'm Firefly 5 on the app, or Titan in real life. Any version of that is just fine. I'll have everyone just quick introduce yourselves and say generally where you are, or something about yourself. Start with the Czars.
My name is CzarCastic on the app. I've been utilizing the app since July 15th, 2012. I currently have about maybe 433 polls out there, so I don't machine gun them. But I like to think that I put a lot of thought into my polls. Nonetheless, I do enjoy the app tremendously and getting various opinions from various people over various geographic areas. And I order a lot of things off of the kids' meals menu when I go out to eat. So it's a vice I'm trying to kick. So a little bio about me. And this is?
I'm Mrs. CzarCastic on the app. You can call me Mrs. Czar, whatever. And I've been on the app since January of this year.
Beard?
I am Are You One to Be Seen on the app. You can call me Joshua or whatever you want to call me here. I've been on the app since 2011 sometime. I, as CzarCastic, also enjoy the app immensely, and I like trying to come up with thoughtful questions and quite often just questions to make your day a little better. So when there seem to be so many questions that make life harder. So that's what I do.
Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle, or MrLucchese on the app. Yeah, I've been on it since January 2011, and I'm almost at 200,000 polls answered.
Incredible.
That's so many.
Other than that, I can't say I particularly enjoy the app anymore, but I use it nonetheless.
Other than following 3,000 people
I follow 7,628 people.
No wonder you don't enjoy it. Good grief.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just I've seen pretty much every poll question.
Not mine.
Not that there are new ones, but they all kind of like blend together when you're answering so many stuff.
So wait, would you say that morality is more relative?
I don't know. I mean,
Liberty
it's
or
not as bad as the dogs and cats one. Dogs and cats, liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican are probably the ones I see most frequently.
How about you, Rainey?
I'm Rainey, or Amanda. I am in California. I've been on the app since late 2013, and my last poll was about poop, so that tells you what kind of user I am.
Good user.
I'm looking that up now. Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good poll.
All right.
I didn't
Oh.
see that you were going to post one.
That was an interesting poll.
I usually don't get to polls until the end of the night.
Yeah, I think you mean the beginning of the next day, Titan.
I don't know. The next day starts when you wake up.
I see your answers come through at like 4 in the morning. I'm like, what?
That's about right. And yeah, I've said who I am, so I'm still the same person as a couple minutes ago. Give or take. We've got a handful of questions, and they're a little bit different from each other. They're more like what we've been doing the last couple times than what we were doing before, which seems to be working out well, and nobody's told me to stop yet, so that to me says that it's okay. Facepalm also has one. She says, choose your favorite pet species, and then do you prefer males or females? I'd start with the Czars.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the question? Something about pets, and then do we prefer male or female?
Yeah, choose your favorite pets.
Favorite pets?
Yep. And
Oh,
then male or female.
okay. I would say a male cat. Um, I always find like the female cats don't like me for some reason. Not that they don't like me, but male cats are always more affectionate with me than female cats are. I like dogs, but I'm not a really huge dog person per se, but I love cats, which is why I went crazy when I saw Rainey's cat.
How about you, Mister? Sorry.
Does this have to be like a realistic pet or an ideal pet?
Oh,
Oh,
you
Ooh.
know, Facepalm is not on right now. She might be watching, but maybe not. Um, Answer both.
I'm gonna go with a penguin. I think a penguin would be an awesome pet because you get to, you live in the snow, you get to slide on your belly, and what's cooler than that? I just feel like it would be a really good companion to have. So my
That
vote is going
might
to
be
be penguin.
cooler than being cool. It might actually be ice cold.
No, that was so bad.
I was trying to be polite, but I gave it the thumbs up though.
So I like Outcasts. I do. I'll admit it.
That's cool. Realistically, I think cats and dogs seem to be like the obvious answer, like iguanas or bearded dragons or whatever. A couple of years ago, I had a pair of chinchillas, which were like pretty cool, and their like fur was like super soft, and they were actually like pretty cool because they weren't like a rodent, they weren't like pesty. They were just pretty cool.
I heard they
So
smell really bad, though. Is that true?
no, not at all,
Okay.
not
That's,
at all.
how about you, Beard?
well, if I had the space and all that, I would go with one of those, like a Newfoundland, a really huge freaking dog, and female. Not a big fan of male dogs, and but then I would also have a contrast to that. I would have a really small dog like a Lhasa. So I'd have this Newfoundland and a Lhasa. That's how I'd roll. And then every time the Newfoundland one was in my lap, that wouldn't work out well. But,
You're good.
yeah.
How about you, Kyle?
I'm not really a pet person. Um, it's basically like taking care of a child. Plus, I'm never home, and when I am, I'm busy, so I wouldn't be able to give it the attention it deserves. Um, can I say a human as a pet, but not keep it as if it were a pet?
I don't think that's fair.
Kyle, I think you need to get one of those little dogs that you could just carry in your bag so you could just take it wherever you go.
There you go,
I
Kyle.
can't take it to school. I can't take it to classes, and I certainly don't want to deprive. Like, I don't like when people get animals and then they leave them home all day.
No,
And
I know.
yeah, it's just like, why are you getting it? That's not fair to, especially if you're keeping it in a cage.
Yeah,
Like,
or if it's a dog especially, that's not right.
so I don't. Can I have a pet dragon? That'd be cool. But a real pet, if I had to pick one, I would pick a dog, I guess. But I would put in doggy daycare.
How about you, Rainey?
I am such a cat person, obviously. Um, Actually, I don't know if anybody is really familiar with cats, but this is a tortoiseshell. This is her breed. And like, I think about 99.6% of all tortoiseshells are female. So there's a little fun fact of the day. I used to hate female cats until I got her, and she's awesome. I love her. So yeah, female cat. That's my favorite.
My kids sooner or later will want pets, I'm sure, but I'm not really a pet person, and Julie's not really a pet person, so um, at the moment, I would almost have to go with a fish or something like that.
A fish? Wow.
Maybe one of those, like, what were they called? Gigapets, is that right?
Yes, I
Okay.
love those.
Yeah, the
Casting.
toy thing where.
Yeah, I could handle that. I could take it along with me. You know, if it got too loud, take out the batteries. It'd be easy. I think that's the best I could do. Um, would you rather always be heading uphill or always be heading downhill, Kyle?
Mm, I don't.
What's the question?
You're always going uphill or you're always going downhill?
No.
Not metaphorically, but literally.
It's a mind-boggling question.
Because how
I'll
would
just say downhill. Without going into deep thought, I'll just say downhill.
how about you, Zars?
I wouldn't want to be perpetually going up or down all the time. I'd prefer to go up and down, if that makes sense.
I think you have to pick one.
I guess down. I don't like going uphill. Too much work.
Keeping my comments.
I'm gonna go with downhill, just because you have at least we'll have the element of speed if necessary. When you're going uphill, there's definitely a ceiling there as far as like how fast you can go. Plus, you get tired quickly.
Mm.
Going downhill, you'll always have gravity on your side.
I'd have killer legs if I were walking uphill all the time.
But if you fall, you just keep falling.
Well, that wasn't stated in the question, so downhill for me.
Rainy, up or down?
Downhill, definitely.
And
I would go with uphill. I used to do quite a bit of backpacking, and I hated the downhills much more than I hated the uphills. Downhills just wear out the fronts of your feet really bad. They're hard on your knees, and it's just a lot of it makes my back sore after a while. So I'd rather just go uphill, rest a lot if I need to.
I'm kind of there with you. I think walking, I don't care one way or the other. But if like running, so I do a lot of running, and I hate running downhill. It's the worst. I feel like I'm trying to catch myself, and I feel like I misstep much more easily. And
Running downhill takes more restraint. Running uphill takes more strength. I mean, if you're exercise point of view, uphill definitely. Running downhill sucks.
it
There's
really
no ways
does.
around
So
it. Yeah.
bad.
If it was exercise, I would choose uphill, but in the interest of simplicity for this question, I chose downhill. If you were to infuse the word exercise in there, then I would choose uphill.
Uh,
Just saying.
would you rather be a member of a championship sports team or be the champion of an individual sport? And I guess you might as well pick the sport too. You're first, are you?
Ooh, I think I'd rather be a part of a team. Like you mean like be like the MVP of a team, or just part of an award-winning team?
Part of a championship team, like just your. We'll say you actually play. You're not on the bench, but
Yeah, yeah. See, I'd much rather be like part of an NBA winning team than say Federer, the tennis player. Which, whatever. I'd rather be on the team.
why is that?
Um, it feels like, for me, it feels like I'm accomplishing more. I'm doing two things. One, I'm doing my personal best. I've excelled in something I'm very good at. Not only did I excel by myself, I excelled in such a way that I can work with other people doing it. Instead of just all being me, it's a collaborative effort. So that's kind of my thought.
I don't know. Kobe Bryant won a couple championships. I mean,
all by himself.
Pretty much.
when you score 80 points a game, it doesn't seem like you're doing much.
That's true. That's true. But he also has the league record for most misses, I believe.
That's probably true.
So I think that just means that he's a really bad ball hog.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks.
Rainey, are you doing an individual or a team?
I would go with individual. I tried team sports all throughout high school, and I guess I just have like too bad of a temper to deal with the people who made us lose on the team. So I don't know if you count this as a sport, but I ended up doing taekwondo instead, and that was just individual, all on me. I was the sole person to either win or lose, and I just felt like that worked a lot better for me.
Cool. Kyle, are you a team guy or?
No, I do an individual sport. I don't like having to rely on people, and I think that you get more, not so much the notoriety as you are able to. I guess it would all stem from the notoriety. You tend to be more famous as an individual when you're doing well in an individual sport versus as a team. And you can take that further in terms of its benefit for you.
Which sport?
Well, which pays the most? I don't want to say golf because just the thought of playing golf bores me to all hell. I'll say tennis.
You can play golf until you're about 150, though.
Okay, well, I'll make it tennis and then golf. So.
There you go.
Yeah, once I can't walk anymore.
How about the Czars?
I would say individual sport. I'm with Kyle. I don't really like to be relying on other people to whether I win or lose. It's just me. I guess that comes from me being an only child. I just don't like relying on people. I would say like gymnastics or something cool like that, or like diving. Like in the Olympics, I would want to win a gold medal doing something like that because it's great exercise and I don't know, it's such a feminine sport, but I like it. So.
It's not feminine.
Everybody says gymnastics is feminine. I don't know. I always think of it as a feminine sport, even though it's probably a bad misconception to have.
It's a feminine sport.
It really isn't though. It requires.
There are male gymnasts.
I'd be willing to bet that if you mention gymnasts, that 85% of people don't think of male gymnasts.
That's true.
Yeah, I know that.
That'd be a good poll, I think. And the comment would be great because all the people come out of the woodwork. Well, how dare you say that? Yeah.
It's true.
People
I have to post 2 polls to get to 200, and I have to post polls that I won't comment on.
Did you say to get to 200?
Yeah, I don't post many.
Wow. Oh. How about you, Czar?
I'm gonna go with individual. If sexiness is a sport, then I would definitely want to fly solo, without hesitation.
It could be more fun to do that one as a team.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can't always pick winners, though. So. I don't know. I would go solo just because of my introverted nature. I just don't like working well with other people, and if like something screws up, it's always their fault. And if you do like an individualized thing, it's like it's all on you. So you're solely responsible for your own wins and loses, your successes and your failures. And I enjoy shouldering that responsibility. So for that reason alone, I would go with just the individualism aspect of it.
I spend a pretty large portion of my day, because I have the day off from everything, watching Vines, and when you were saying that about not picking winners, it's one of those times where I could picture someone just flying across the room and smacking you.
I loved how he worded, I don't like working well with other people. He didn't say, I don't work well with other people or struggle. He actually said, I don't like working well with other people,
Well,
which is a funny way to say that. Yeah.
It's the truth. I've been fired from more jobs than I've quit at my tender age, and I just was not cut out to like have like people work like above and below me. I was just meant to kind of do my own thing. So, but I figured since we were all pals here, I thought honesty. I was going to get some honesty points here. So, well. But thank you for illuminating that character flaw in myself. I appreciate it.
But your willingness to accept it, that's to own it,
Well, at least I realize it. I mean, there are people that they don't realize their shortcomings. It's one thing to be like an idiot. It's another thing to be an idiot and oblivious. So. So that being said, I recognize it. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses.
There you go.
Not a lot of people can say that. So, but that's just me.
I think I'm gonna do a team sport. I like the idea of individual sports, but it's the same sort of thing. You're not gonna be at the top of your game every day, and sometimes it's nice to be able to get away with that from time to time. I don't know. I don't mind. I don't mind counting on other people. I don't like to have to count on other people, but I don't mind doing so from time to time. So maybe I could go either way with this. But I enjoy team sports more than I enjoy individual sports, so I'd have to go with that.
To be honest, I just like winning. So in either scenario, as long as I'm winning, I'm okay with it.
He's trying for the honesty points too.
He'll never catch up to me. That's what he's trying.
You started off ahead. I mean, can only do so much.
Well, there are winners and there are losers in this world, and I'm sorry that you're the latter, but just the way the food chain works. Very sorry.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what a loser would say, as they would.
Czar.
That's okay.
Which is honestly the response you can say anytime somebody says something and you want to say, that's exactly what a loser would say. They could say, I won 19 gold medals in the Olympics, and you say, that's exactly what a loser would say. And they're like, oh, well, damn.
Perhaps.
Why didn't you win 20?
That's exactly what a loser would say.
Would you rather never have condiments or always have cold French fries?
Oh, mercy.
I know. And how about Kyle first on this one?
I don't really eat French fries very often, so
It's a
I'll go
damn
with
shame.
that. Well, no, it's somewhat of an aversion. I don't particularly like fried foods because I don't like grease on my foods. I'm the person that will get napkins and take grease off of my pizza. So,
Not American.
yeah, well, whatever.
I don't know. Someone, I'm sorry.
Everyone yell.
Rough day.
Well-
Someone jump in.
Wait.
Cold French fries.
Wait,
or
cold
no,
cold French fries
no
or no
condiments.
condoms?
No
Condiment.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
that's a no-brainer. Condiments. I don't eat condiments.
You'll never have ketchup again.
Yeah, I could live with that.
You don't have condiments with anything?
Well, ketchup, maybe, but it has to be on a separate plate or on a separate side of the dish from the other items. Otherwise, it gets contaminated, and then the whole thing has to stop.
Well, I mean, think about it. When I was thinking condiments, I was thinking salad dressings, mustard, mayo, ketchup.
Well, things that you would put on a hamburger or a hot dog technically constitute, or some, something like that would technically constitute as a condiment. Sauerkraut, onions and sauce, all that good stuff.
Oh, no sauerkraut.
I don't eat any of that crap anyway. So honestly, if it all went away, it wouldn't bother me in the least. Ketchup, I would miss a little bit, but oh well.
Isn't that like a fifth of what you eat, though?
Don't make fun of me.
I'm not.
Salt and pepper are also
I thought you would have been a third.
Well, salt and pepper is seasoning. I don't know if that would constitute as a condiment.
My definition of condiment is anything that you put on food post cooking. So if you're putting cheese on your hamburger afterwards, then that would be a condiment. That's my personal definition of a condiment.
Maybe sprayed cheese, but if you slap if you're making a cheeseburger and you put the cheese on after, that can be a condiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be listed as a condiment in my book. Unless
know.
you melt it on the grill. It's not.
Let me think about that. I'll get back to you.
There's a science here.
If I put it on there and then cook it for an extra 3 seconds, have I gone from it being a condiment to it being part of the food?
Loophole.
Yeah.
Because my answer just got a lot easier.
Loophole.
Loophole.
I imagine
I
that.
prefer the cold French fries.
You don't eat French fries.
I'm not a huge French fry eater, so I would go with the cold French fries. That wouldn't bother me.
I would have to. I'm gonna pick cold French fries too, even though that would mean sacrificing my favorite guilty pleasure food ever, which are French fries, because they use condiments on way too many things, and therefore I'd rather give up French fries forever, or to eat cold French fries. So I'm going with keeping my condiment.
I would give up condiments. I hardly use them anyway, and I really love French fries, especially from In-N-Out, so I wouldn't miss condiments at all.
Yeah.
That's such a California answer.
Does avocado count as a condiment?
I hope not.
I love avocado.
I might have to change my answer.
Oh.
I might have to change my answer. Only if you're using it after you're done cooking.
All right.
There you go.
Wait, are you? I have a question in regards to your theory about condiments.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, you're cooking a hot dog.
I have a hot dog. Am I boiling it, grilling it? What am I doing?
It's extraneous. It's irrelevant.
Raw dog.
It's
Okay.
never. It's a very important factor.
Well, no,
but okay.
it's important, but it doesn't matter at this point.
Okay. All right.
You're cooking a hot dog. The hot dog is cooked. Now you got to put it on a bun. That's technically after the fact that it's cooked.
Based on my legal term, that bun would technically be a condiment.
Wow.
I have to stick to my legalities here.
No, because
I like that.
you grill the hot dog, of course, and you toast the bun just a bit
Okay. There you go.
part of the same food. It's
That way they're ready at the same time, so you're not adding anything after the facts.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah. I like it. I like how you got around that. Nice. Thank you for doing that.
no problem. I'm a little bit upset by the question, even though it's my own question, because it means that I forever give up chili cheese fries by default. There's no way to make that work, but
You can't hit a home run, Chief. Don't.
No, I mean you can make it work. You just have cold fries with hot chili cheese sauce.
no,
That's true.
wrong. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
work.
Oh. Mm.
Sorry, it's almost workable.
Almost.
I was thinking about it. I saw some guy open up a package of hot dogs. You know, they are technically already cooked, but we eat them up because that's how they actually taste edible. He opened up the package in the store and grabbed one and ate it. I don't
I've seen people do that. It's disgusting.
He's a hungry fella.
Ew.
So
At
they,
that point, I didn't even know that was possible. I was so grossed out. I was just. Ah!
they make these different kinds of baby food, and they come in different jars and whatever, and they have these for all sorts of ages up to like age 4 or something, to the point where it's like you just have too much money and you won't feed your kid real food and you want to buy baby food at 95 cents a jar or whatever. But they sell these baby food meat sticks, and they're essentially little mini hot dogs. And with our first, at some point or other, we had a jar of these. It was the sort of thing we never were going to open, never whatever, but somehow or other we had it. And we had a friend who hadn't eaten in like a day and a half or something. Hey, do you have any food? No. We have no. Well, you've got to have some baby food or something. No. No, you're not actually taking food from our baby. That's ridiculous. I don't even like you very much.
It was me.
But no, the guy goes, well, do you have anything? We have these baby food meat sticks. You don't want them? Yeah, I do. He pulled them out, and it was like they're supposed to be stored in some kind of a liquid or whatever, but it was gelatinous.
Ew.
It made it more disgusting than just the baby food meat sticks on their own would have been. But he ate that whole jar cold. That was right up there with your hot dog story, Kyle. That was one of the more disgusting things I've seen someone eat.
That sounds terrible.
It really does. Would you rather, let's see, live in the world of The Walking Dead or live in the world of Jurassic Park?
Mm.
And you'd have to, be on the island. It's not just the island exists somewhere.
Do we get the theme song to go along with it, regardless of our choice?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Jurassic Park. Na 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 na. Yeah. Stop. So.
What if you didn't get the
Cool, I
theme
got cool
song?
theme music.
Yeah, it's cool theme music, man. That's the key to life.
Jurassic Mall.
Yeah.
What if you didn't get the theme song?
Walking Dead then, because you just, No, actually, no, I lied. Jurassic Park. I'd make up my own theme song though, but I would still hum it as I'm like running away though.
That'd be really cool.
If I'm not going to be blessed with John Williams' orchestra, then I'll just have to rely on my own tone-deaf octaves to provide musical entertainment as I'm running from a velociraptor.
Would it end up being you who hums the exact same theme song?
Would it be what?
Would it just be you humming the exact same theme song?
Well, you never specified who can be on the island with me. Are we going by ourselves, or can we bring people?
Are you bringing John Williams?
If John Williams came with me, my vote still wouldn't change. If John Williams came with me to, The Walking Dead, then I would probably take my business over there. I think John Williams' music is it's a genius, so prolific.
Do you think he hums well?
Probably not, no.
He has to, Czar, because he's a musician.
So moving on to other things, who else would like to answer this question?
I would. We're bring together. I would also say Jurassic Park. I've never actually seen Jurassic Park or The Walking Dead. But just from what I know about it, dead people creep me out. I'd rather be running from dinosaurs.
Would you follow him around and hum for him, or?
Yes, I would indeed hum the song. It's a cool theme song.
There you go. How about you? Are you?
This is a tough one. I think I'm gonna go in the world of The Walking Dead. Seems less dangerous actually than. Are we talking about walkers or runners? Because that's an important question. If we're dealing with walkers, like Walking Dead walkers, then I'll go that way. If we're talking about rage zombies, like 28 Days Later, I'm going dinosaurs. So I need to clarify: are we talking about walkers or runners?
Specifically, The Walking Dead.
Okay, then I'm going walkers. I'll go zombie. And I wouldn't be so damn unhappy like they're in that show all the time. Somebody to lighten the mood. Yeah, life sucks. Everybody's dying. Have a sense of humor about it. Yeah. Nobody's funny anymore.
But at least they wouldn't be like, what is it, in The Passage? You read that one.
Yeah.
Those things.
And there it is, folks.
Sorry. It just brings a tear to my eye every time I listen to it. I'm very sorry.
Totally understand. Rainey, I know you're pretty Walking Dead, or a Walking Dead fan, but
Yes. I think I would have a better chance at surviving in Jurassic Park because in The Walking Dead you have to worry about like not only the zombies but also the crazy people who want to kill and eat you sometimes. And not all dinosaurs are carnivorous, so I think I'd have a better chance at surviving in the Jurassic Park world.
would you ride around on a Triceratops?
Yes.
I feel like that'd be really good.
That would be great.
Kyle, are you facing zombies or dinosaurs?
I've never watched either. So I'll go with The Walking Dead just because it's probably easier to kill a zombie than to defend yourself from a gigantic dinosaur. Yeah.
It could be.
Good answer. Good answer.
I've watched one episode of The Walking Dead, and based on that, I would go with Jurassic Park.
Why is
Maybe
that?
they're depressing. They're depressing and they're loud and they're kind of like emo kids settling. Like I don't think I could handle it. I think I would have a much better chance. And realistically, I mean, how long is a T-Rex gonna live?
We don't really know.
There's only one on the island.
No, we're not actually in the movie. There might be 6 on this island.
Well, even if, once you figure out how to take down one of them, you've got a very finite number to take down.
And it's not the T-Rex, it's a herd of raptors that I'd be concerned with.
Yeah.
Raptors are not that big, though. The movie portrays them to be a lot larger than what they really are. They're actually really the size, like a really large, like
A turkey.
they're actually really not big at all.
Piranha are relatively small as well, but you throw me in a river with them, and they become a lot bigger suddenly.
Learn how to swim, problem solved.
There you go.
Would you rather only be able to watch horror movies or only be able to watch porn?
Oh, man. Sometimes it's the same thing.
If that's the loophole you want to go for.
No, I'm just stating a fact.
Kyle.
Sorry. Not horror movies because I'd probably start carrying around a gun and just shoot people when they walked up behind me. I'll go with porn. They wouldn't be much different than normal stuff.
I thought a phrase like that might come up if we just waited for an extra second or two. Rainey.
I actually really like horror movies. All the porn I've ever seen is just god awful, so I'd rather watch horror movies.
Bizarre.
You.
I would say horror movies because porn is just kind of the same thing over and over. It ultimately leads to the same end result. At least horror movies, there's a little bit more.
But
I'm sorry?
You could make the argument that that's true for both.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I just think I would get bored of watching people have sex. Sorry.
Porn. I'll end it there. Huge fan of both, but I got to go with my God-given natural appetites and hormonal instincts. Granted, both are monotonous, but at least in porn you could see breasts for a prolonged period of time, where in horror movies it's only like a flash of it, or only during like a nudity scene. So.
Or when they're being cut off. So that's
Yeah.
Horror movies you're watching, man. That's pretty weird.
That's something
I don't. That's the thing. I don't watch horror movies.
Well, I would pick the. I'm going horror films. I'm a big fan myself of horror films, and in porn, it's just really it's all the same. It follows the same pattern of sequence of events. It ranges from 4 minutes to an hour and 20 minutes of doing the same thing over and over again. Kind lame.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I'd much rather just watch a whole lot of horror movies.
Yeah. At least you can laugh about them, you know. You kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you can do the porn too, but.
There's a lot of porn that's funny though. Some of the crap that they say, it's like, is this like real life? Does this really happen? It's like, no. Like, you use it for comedic purposes.
I think I don't know. I think probably it's the titles that would be the funniest. Oh man. I think the titles are just hilarious.
There was one title I thought was hilarious. It was called like Somebody's Daughter. I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of just getting right to the point.
Awkward.
Of course, every woman is somebody's daughter.
Uh,
You come from
You can't prove that.
So, let's see. Okay. You find out that due to a mix-up at the hospital, your wonderful one-year-old child is not really yours. The other family won't find out about this mix-up. Do you contact them to correct the mistake? Do you contact them at all?
What's my child's like? Oh, this is a great opportunity to swap this one out. This child sucks. I'm going to get a different one. Thank you very much. That explains why he's so horrible. Yeah. You have cross eyes, anything weird, you know. Yeah. You know, if I like the kid, I'm keeping it. But if you know, if it's not going well, it's kind of like a redo, really. That's my take.
Zars?
I would try to contact the family. I would never forgive myself if I knew that my child was not with me. No matter how wonderful the one-year-old that I have is, I would want my own child. I wouldn't want someone else raising my flesh and blood.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the options again? It's keep it or bring it back? What were the options?
Do you... Sorry. Do you contact Do you contact the other family or not?
The family that got your kid.
No, I wouldn't contact them. No,
Well, we have a bit of a problem because we disagree on that.
I would leave her because she disagrees with me. I wouldn't contact them because if you're doing a good job at raising them and you embrace it as your own, like a pet, you keep it, and you just call it your own and you take credit for it.
But it's not your biological child. Your biological child is being raised by somebody else.
So?
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but it's like when you go to a restaurant and they ask you if you want soup or salad, and you get the salad and you don't like it. It's like, well, damn, I should have gotten the soup. But you'll never know because you never got the soup. So
That's your baby.
you can't really miss what you never had.
It's a baby. It's not your salad.
I know, it's a child versus something that you eat. And, like, I don't understand. I don't know.
Same difference.
Oh, that's awesome.
Rainey.
I have to agree with Mrs. R. Them being only one, I think I would definitely have to. I couldn't let somebody else raise my own kid, but I think if they were older, maybe like 10 or 12, I think I would probably not contact them and just keep them and raise them.
Where's your cutoff age?
We'll go with 10.
All right. So let me before Kyle can answer. Let me throw in a caveat. Let's say after a year you find out and you're like, oh my gosh, and so like Mrs. Czar and like Rainey, you're like, okay, hey. So you go to a park when you're just gonna you get some intel and you go to a park and you're gonna see this other child,
Well, yeah,
and you see that he's
that out ahead of time.
Huh?
You'd be stupid not to scope that out ahead of time.
Right. So you're scoping it, and you see that the child is cognitively and physically impaired. The one that you're thinking about trading out.
They
Does it change your mind? Does it alter anything, or is it? Nope. I'm doing it.
No, I would still want my child, no matter if they had a disability or if they were completely healthy. It's my kid.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but even if you had a choice, you would still go with your biological kid?
Yes.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yep.
Fascinating.
Wow.
Guess it's a woman thing.
Yeah, you gave birth, you pushed them out of you or got yourself cut open depending on how you gave birth. You don't want someone else raising your kid no matter how impaired they are.
I think this would be
All right,
full
Rainey, let me ask you a personal question then.
All right.
You go to a car dealership, right? And you have a choice of purchasing a Porsche or a used Chevy. Which one are you going to go with?
Oh.
Yeah, but
It's a brand new Porsche?
Of course. Well, yeah.
It's about a year old.
Yeah, well, it's got some mileage on it from the test drives and whatnot, but I figure it's got a couple miles on it, so I guess technically it would qualify as, but you're the first owner. So you go in there, money's no object, and you say, you go up to the salesman's desk and you're like, bam, I want this. What are you going to pick?
The used Chevy.
What's wrong with you?
Come on.
All right, I can respect that, though. Very noble.
Kyle, are you taking the Porsche or the Chevy? I mean, there's someone else.
Will they take both? Like, do I have to keep a child?
Either
My
one of
first
them?
question is, how did I end up with a child in the first place? Which is
It's
always
like,
my
how do I
question.
get rid of the child that I have and not get another one? That's what I'm
Yeah,
wondering.
if that is an option, I will take that. If not, I will take the Porsche, no questions about it, and yeah, I don't. I still want to see if I can get a refund altogether, though.
Yeah, I wonder if this is like very much a gender issue thing. My immediate thought was I've spent a year with this child you know, raising it as my own, and I didn't know any different until now, and more importantly, they didn't know any different. So it, at a year, they're not going to have as much of a memory of everything, um, but still, I think I would have to ask if I was doing this for myself or for them. And if I'm doing it for them, it seems like it would be. I would have a hard time saying, no, you're not mine anymore. Switch out. Plus, yeah, I think I would have to go with this is the child that I've been raising. I didn't know any different. Who's to say, this is how it's going to go.
I mean, there are certain biological elements that play into it, that there's a maternal thing. But at the same time, what you're saying also mirrors what a lot of people would probably say that have been raising the child, in that it's just as much theirs as their biological child, in the sense that, you're all it's ever known and it's all you've ever known. It's not like I don't see the biological in terms of actually being related or not as relevant just for myself. Just, I mean, a lot of people are like, well, it's not adoptive parents are like, well, it's not technically my child. Like, yeah, it's just as much your child. You're a parent to that child as any other parent would be to that child. Just because you don't share blood doesn't mean anything. You're choosing to associate with them, which should mean more than just feeling obligated based on blood relation.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems. I mean, the only issue would be that you don't have like a biological background. If that comes up, is there a family history of such and such? But I guess if you find out that there's even this mix-up, you can probably find out, are there any conditions that I need to know about? Um, so yeah, I agree, but I really wonder if this would be a gender issue too.
Mm-hmm. It'd make a good poll question, like a full poll question. It'd be interesting to see the breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might try and do that.
Kyle has probably already seen this poll question, though. Kyle, what were the results?
No, what do you want it worded as?
Some version of what you just heard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, because you've got just a couple polls till you get to 200.
Well, no, I mean, you can do it. It doesn't really matter.
Something.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah. You're house sitting for your neighbors. One day you're running late for work and your car won't start. While your neighbors didn't give you their car keys, you know where they keep them and you can access them pretty easily. Do you take their car? Rainey.
Nope. No, I couldn't do it. I had to have such a guilty conscience, I would just call in sick from work.
How about you, Kyle?
I'm going to be the person to ask. Can you repeat it, please?
Yeah. You're house sitting for your neighbors. One day you're running late for work and your car won't start. While your neighbors didn't give you their car keys, you know where they keep them and you can get to them pretty easily. Do you take their car?
How late am I?
You're running late.
Give me a number.
You've got to hurry up and get to work or you will not make it in time. I don't know.
Okay.
I have to interpret this.
I think what he's asking is he already late, or is
or am I going to be?
Yeah, like if you hop in the car, will you
get
make
in their
it?
car and make this decision right now, you can get to work in time.
I'd have to say I'd do it since I have done it. But it would also be more circumstantial. But I'll say I would do it. Maybe.
Wow.
Really committing. You're
I
never
know.
on time. How about you? Are you?
Not for being late to work. You know, sick days, all that. If you made it something else, like I had an emergency, my kid was ill or something like that, then yeah, I'd think about it. But for work, not worth the risk. But if there were zombies, yes, or raptors for that matter,
Yeah.
or raptors and zombies. Hmm.
Zombie raptors.
Ooh, the worst.
I
It's a
could-
walk in the park. Walking Dead and Jurassic Park combined.
Oh, that'd be a great show.
I think you could watch that instead of porn. I think it would qualify. Does that count as a horror movie? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that would be a horrible movie. I mean, a horror movie.
I think it would work. Mrs. Czar, are you taking the car?
We have our across the street neighbors we're very friendly with. We're friends with them, so I would if it were them because I know if I explained it to them after the fact they wouldn't mind. So if it were them, yes. We don't really talk to our other neighbors, so if it other people, then no, I wouldn't. I would do what Rainey said. I would just call in sick or just like tell my boss my car's not starting and work from home or something. But if it were our two neighbors across the street from us, I absolutely would.
I wouldn't even bring it up to them, though. You're house setting for them, aren't you?
Yeah, but they wouldn't care. I would let them know. I would say, listen, I had to take your car because I was late for work and my car wouldn't start. And I know they would understand. I would let them know, though, out of courtesy, and I would fill their tank up with gas after the fact.
How about you, Mr. Czar?
What are the chances of getting caught?
I don't know. I don't know. You can assess that. They're out of town.
If there's a next to 0% chance that you're going to get caught, then yeah, I would take it. But you know, as you just said, I would tell them about it. I would explain to them the situation that I was in kind of dire straits, and I would fill the car up with gas. You know. Yeah, I would definitely do it. At the same time, like, you know, there's really no rush to get to work because it's work. Who the hell wants to rush to get there, right?
Pretty much.
With Zara's answer, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I have to get up early. It's 11 o'clock where we are, so I'm not going to be rude. I'm going to say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, stay here.
All right, take care.
Yeah, be well.
Have a good one.
I'm not taking the car.
You're going to cancel class? What?
Honey.
Yeah. Well, people have car issues. If and from the standpoint of class, people don't really.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Nobody really minds when you call and say, or when you send out an email or whatever and say, hey, you don't need to come to class today.
Oh, I know. That was. It was a very sarcastic. You're going to cancel class. It's like the best thing ever. Even if you had already gone out of your way to go all the way to school, if you don't have class, it makes it so much better.
It's true.
It makes it worth it.
It's true. There is something really nice about that. In undergrad, I think it was my junior year in undergrad, I had a prof during the winter semester. I had a prof from Ghana, and his big thing on one of the first couple days that it started snowing. We don't have snow like this in Ghana. He goes, we don't have snow in Ghana, but definitely not like this. This class met at 8 a.m. 4 days a week. Look outside your window. If there's snow like this coming down, you can just assume there's no class. He goes, if you're not sure, then there's no class. He goes, if you can see snow in the air, it's canceled. don't bother coming. I won't be here. And it was like a sociology class, so you could totally get away with that because all it was like 3 papers that you submit during the semester and then nothing else. But for an 8 a.m. class, that was even nicer. Let's see. Oh, you meet someone and you hit it off immediately. Everything about them is exactly as you want it. They tell you, however, that they're 100% certain that they're going to die within 6 months. Do you pursue a relationship with them? Are you?
Okay, so let me get this straight. I meet somebody, and they're really cool.
Yep.
I like them a lot.
Yep.
And then they reveal to me that they're going to die in 6 months. And how often how long have we known each other so far?
Long enough to know that things are really good.
You know, I'm sort of a sadomasochist, so I'd probably just continue on. Yeah, I don't know if I would. Wow, that's a tough one. Yeah, I think I would probably continue on just by what I know about myself. Yep, I'm gonna go with that.
How about the flip side of it? If you knew you were the one who was going to die in 6 months, would you do it? Would you tell them?
Would I tell them? How am I gonna die?
I don't know. You make it
Like, all right, if I was going to die from some horrible disease, I want to do that alone. So, yeah, I would tell them then. But if I knew that because I had a glimpse into some crystal ball that I was going to die in a plane crash,
Yep.
inevitably somehow in 6 months, then yeah, I'd tell them. Like, oh, by the way, they wouldn't believe me anyway. They'd be like, "You're full of shit," and I'm like, "Yeah, just letting you know." Yeah. Giving you a heads up.
Not only that, but he's looking to give away a free car, and he's got pills that will, I don't know.
You ran out there.
I did. He's got pills that'll make your hair grow back. He's got,
Yeah.
a free car he's trying to give away. There's an XKCD on that. There's 2 guys driving down the street in a car, and the one says, "How'd you get this new car?" "Oh, I got it as a sweepstakes giveaway. I tried to give it away on my website, but I didn't get any takers. So, guess it's us."
I would like to acknowledge that right now I have no idea what you're talking about. I totally got lost in the car thing.
Ignore
I'm
me.
dying in 6 months, and all you can talk about is a car?
Sometimes it's like that. Czar,
Yes. The question is, you know that person is going to die in 6 months, and you just met them, and the question is to pursue or not?
yeah, things are really good. They're completely sure that they're going to die within 6 months.
Do they know it?
They know.
They know?
Disregard.
Becoming a more intense question. Yeah, they're completely sure that they're going to die within 6 months.
Yeah, I would do it. It's a dying person's last wish. Why not make them happy? I think it's a noble thing. That's a noble thing to do. You're not in it for yourself. It's for them. You have 6 months to go. Why not make them happy? Especially if you know that you make them happy. It's a win-win, really. I would pursue it. I think it would be selfish not to pursue it, personally.
I could see that.
It's a dying person's last dream. Why not make them happy? I mean, you got nothing to lose, and they got nothing to lose. Especially if things are going really well, and you know there's a very short half-life there. Do it. Life is short.
Okay. That is a really noble answer. Rainey, now that there's... Follow that.
Good luck following that, sweetheart.
I would definitely pursue it, even though I know it would be really terrible and sad at the end of the 6 months. I know that like those 6 months would be probably I mean, if we're so compatible and great with each other, those 6 months would be probably the best 6 months of both of our lives. So why not?
How about you, Kyle? Are you doing it?
Yeah, I think, well, I agree with Amanda that it would be very difficult dealing with the loss of someone that you were that close with, but that 6 months time would as soon make it worth it. And in that, combining with Czar's answer, you'd be fulfilling their wishes, and it would be you'd be benefiting yourself also because you're having life experiences with someone who you're highly compatible with and who you care deeply about. So I can't say no to that. And someone informed me that the sex would probably be awesome. I just got a message saying the sex would probably be awesome, so I figured I would.
It probably would. I don't know who. Yeah, I'm with you. I would totally do it. I don't have any problem with that. Um, yeah, you pretty much said it all. Oh yeah, this one's fun. After a couple dates with a fairly attractive individual, things are going great. During a date, one thing leads to another, and you end up back at their place. It's clear what's going to happen when suddenly they offer you $5,000 to have sex with them.
Oh, yes.
You're first.
Freaking bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why do it for free when you can get paid? It's so much better.
It's like when you go to get your change out of the pop machine, and realize that somebody already left a quarter in there, so you're like making more money.
This is the easiest question you've ever asked. I applaud you.
Honestly, I'd be like, actually, are you paying for my time? Because that's legal. And I'd be like, just put it on the bureau. We'll talk about it after. Yeah.
I'm not concerned about the legality. Then again, I would kind of question, like, how well do I know them? Like, they don't have an STD, right? Because that would be my first thought. Like, you're paying me because I'm going to have to go pay medical bills after this, right?
How many other people have they offered this to?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yes.
Czar?
I think the answer is obvious here, but could you repeat the question though? I'm so that he came in a little jarbled. I apologize.
Yeah, after a couple dates with a fairly attractive individual, things are going great. During a date, one thing leads to another, and you end up back at their place. It's clear what's going to happen when suddenly they offer you $5,000 to have sex with them. Do you?
Is this my preferred gender? You never specified.
Well, if you went on a dates with them, I would assume so.
Well, you could be going to dinner with a buddy, and then maybe he thinks...
I wouldn't consider that a date. Like, I went out to dinner with you and Sam. I didn't consider that a date, so...
Well, it was a dinner date, but not like it wasn't like a bromance or anything between three straight men, but the food was good, I thought. Anyway, answering the question, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. So, yeah, I don't know why I would turn down $5,000 to begin with, especially when I already was going to travel in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you said, it's you go to get change and you realize there's like extra change in there.
Exactly.
You go to grab a soda and you realize like 2 sodas come out.
No,
a second honey bun falls out of the vending machine.
Your analogy might be better than you think by saying that you notice there's already change in there. But, Rainey.
Well, yeah. First, I'd want to know why they wanted to pay me, because that's kind of weird. But if it was like a legit, like if it was, no big deal, then yeah, I would take the money. That's $5,000.
Maybe they didn't think they were good enough for you, so they're just like, okay, here, I will pay you if you have sex with me.
Yeah, then I'm totally down for that.
Awesome.
I think I would seriously worry about why someone was offering me money.
Well, yeah, I would be very curious.
Well, I mean, speaking from experience, sometimes you just have to pay people to. Never mind. Not actually experience, just hypothetical.
I also wrote up a follow-up question of what if it was $10?
And I'll buy me like McDonald's on the way home, so why not?
Exactly. I get
That's
the top
most
prize.
insulting, though.
What's it?
Not insulting. I'm not paying them crap. So.
Well, no, I mean, it's kind of, even $5,000, it's like, yeah, can't you do a little more? I think I'm worth at least.
You're not worth $5,000, Kyle.
Yeah, I second that.
Hey,
I mean,
you haven't.
I'm just saying, kind of.
No.
Yeah.
I think a lady should answer that question. Are you worth $5,000? Is an experience as a session with you, Kyle, worth $5,000? I think a lady should answer that question.
Whoa.
See, my girl went to bed. I can speak for her. Yes, she would pay, and she would do it.
So this brings up another very interesting poll question idea of would $500, let's break it down to $500, be enough to be paid for sex? And I bet you the gender breakdown on that would also be dramatic.
It really would. That could be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, someone just messaged me saying I'm worth way more, so ha.
Your mom doesn't count, Kyle. Your mom doesn't count.
Kyle, your parents don't.
That'd be
tell 'em,
so
son.
weird.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone's face turn that red that quickly. Let's just freeze it on your face for a minute. Oh no, oh man. You wouldn't worry about that at all, like. Oh. I think I'd be seriously worried.
If somebody gave you $10?
Or 5,000. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you were going to have sex with them anyway, so.
Oh, but.
Just out of nowhere, they're just like, oh, before we get started, hey, here's a stack of hundreds.
I accept debit and credit, so.
Well, maybe the person that you're with doesn't know that that's what your intention was, and it's kind of like they're offering it to you to push you in that direction, as opposed to you voluntarily arriving at it on your own.
So it's what, a retainer?
No, I'm just saying, like, because I mean the answer is obvious though, but it's interesting though because you know what? For $10, I'm actually inclined to say no, because $10 is an insult. $5,000 is like, all right, I can do damage with that. $10, it's like my time is only worth like $10. Like, yes, I'd be curious as to why they were offering it to me in the first place, especially if it's a good-looking woman. But $10 makes more of a statement of like you're only worth $10.
It really
Here
does.
it is. I would be like, F you, I'm like out of here, and I would take it.
Even though you were about to do it for nothing.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying there's some things that are just more important, like your pride, like integrity.
I think Czar's onto a point here. If I'm not an artist at all, but if I decide I was gonna paint something or make something for somebody, just because I like them, that's what I kind of do, and I make this. I'm working on this painting for them, and they're like, "Here, let me give you some money for that," and they gave me $10. I'm like, "Seriously, dude, this is worth actually a lot more than $10." So I'll keep your money, and I'm keeping my freaking painting too.
Yeah.
So, but with men, we're horny creatures by nature, so we'll be like, hey, "You," and I'm keeping my. No, I'm not keeping the painting. You can give me the $10. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then I had one more question, and it's a repeat from a different time. So one or maybe two of you may have answered this in the past, but it was just a fun one. Would you rather have an orgasm every time you heard the word pancake, or never have one again?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let you answer first as the one who's done this question before. Are you?
Oh, it's my turn. Yes. Quit paying attention to my phone and look over here. I'm still going with pancakes. I try to keep it a secret as long as I could. But word get out. I had to move to different states, whatever. Yeah, I mean, if an evening with a lady's not going well, hey, I can just yell pancake and it's on. Whatever. I'm bored in the airport. I mean, like stretching my seat and go pancake. And my old age it got better. Just got better. So I'm going pancakes always.
Kyle?
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah.
Did you answer this one before, Kyle? Was that?
I have,
Okay.
and I figured I would just have to avoid IHOP and Denny's. But then again, I don't go to them anyway, so not a big deal.
What idiot would pull something like that?
What's that?
I said, what idiot would pull something like that?
Who would?
I don't know. Just the nerve of some people.
Mm-hmm.
I answered this question already. I think two sessions ago when Ima was on. I'll go with pancakes. It's a win-win all around. Pure and simple.
I honestly thought that Ari was the only one who had answered this before. I might have to do another question after this. But Rainey, how about you?
Can you only orgasm if you say pancakes, or can you orgasm regularly too?
I don't know. I feel like you could work around that pretty easily, though.
Oh, well, I would pick pancakes because obviously orgasming is a lot less messier for me. So yeah, I pick pancakes. That works
Hold
for me.
on.
You're wearing pink pajama pants.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Usually I am like, what am I
Wearing pink pajama
I'm
pants
dressed
too?
well from the waist up, and then I have pajama pants on. So I know the feeling.
But you are wearing pants, though, Kyle, correct?
Maybe.
I guess it's the element of mystery.
No, last time that this question came up, we were talking about it and saying that your friends would find out and they would totally just have fun with it. Like, all the time, you'd just be hanging out with some pancakes.
That's sue them for sexual harassment.
Right.
Anyone who's going to hear that case, though.
That'd be interesting.
And you'd at least, if you were the defendant in that case, I mean, you'd say pancakes about 3,000 times during your testimony. Was it any form of pancakes? Yeah, pancakes. There's chocolate chip pancakes. No. It could be really entertaining. Would you rather have eyeballs next to your belly button, or have your eyeballs be located next to your belly button so they're not in your face anymore, or only be able to speak in Scarlett O'Hara quotes? Kyle.
Come back to me.
Sorry.
Belly buttons, eyeballs, or Scarlett O'Hara quotes?
Yep.
What the hell kind of question?
I know. I stole this from some website.
I'm gonna go with the belly button eyeball one, just because I saw the movie, and while it was a good movie, I personally did not like it. I fell asleep like multiple times because it was only like 16 hours long. So I can't really speak to Scarlett's quotes. So I'm gonna have to go with the former part of the question.
And buy some really weird shirts. How about you? Are you?
I'm currently looking at Scarlett O'Hara quotes, and it appears that she doesn't have a lot of very useful things to say at all.
He really doesn't.
Hey, it's God is my witness. Let's see. They're going to lick me. That's in here. They're going to lick me. I'm going to live through this, and when it's over, I'll never be hungry again. No, nor any of my folkin. If I have to lie, steal, cheat, or kill, as God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again. You know, I can get behind that quote. I'm going with the belly button eyeballs. Definitely.
They'd be at eye level for everyone else.
Hmm?
I think they might even be at eye level for most people.
Yeah, right. I'm still seeing what most people see every day.
It's true.
Concerts are going to suck now.
Yeah. Rainey?
I guess I'll go with the quotes because I feel like that would just be really inconvenient and awkward looking.
It would be. It would be both, but the quotes are really bad. I don't know. Kyle?
I have to share this. The person who's been basically narrating their viewing said, God, can you imagine going down on someone with eyes next to their belly button?
Yeah, that would be really creepy.
It would be creepy.
Wow.
Be creepy.
Yeah.
Who's this you're talking to?
There's someone from the app.
Someone. Yeah.
I'll go with the quotes. I don't have to speak like her though, right? Because
No, you don't have to be Southern. Oh,
I do that for a reason. It has nothing to do with the video call. It's just to benefit me.
I think I'd do the quotes too, but not be happy about it.
But if they're on your stomach, are your eye sockets still part of your face?
I don't know. I think they're just empty.
Yeah.
That'd be so weird.
Yep.
It really would. You'd have to wear sunglasses around.
Wait, and then you couldn't wear a shirt, or you'd have to have like holes where your eyes are.
It's wear like a tube top all the time.
I wouldn't look good in a tube top. I wouldn't want to see myself in a tube top.
That would be unfortunate for me as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd probably get sued for like therapist appointments for people.
It'd be like in more Cowbell from Saturday Night Live when Farrell's wearing that sweater that keeps on riding up on him. That's what it's like.
He's not a good-looking guy.
No, but he's really funny, in my opinion.
But that's the last one. If nobody has anything else, then I'll hit stop, and we'll be done. Is that cool with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Then thank you for being on. We'll be back next week. I'll get to that later. But we'll be back next time. So thank you. Love to have any of you on again. And that's it.